So you like mysteries, huh? Well, then you gotta go where the stuff that dreams are made of is kept, and that's audible.com. Go to audibletrial.com/IBRT for a free audiobook, from classic mysteries like Dashiell Hammett's The Maltese Falcon to thrillers of a contemporary cut like The Girl on the Train by best-selling author Paula Hawkins. Whether you like dead heiresses in the solarium or hot Tommy guns in the alley, Audible.com is your source for mystery. That's audibletrial.com/IBRT, because only a cheap gunsel would pass up a free audiobook, right? audibletrial.com/IBRT.
Following audio drama is rated PG for parental guidance.
Scoop Sisters Mysteries
on Icebox Radio.
Here we are, International Falls, home sweet home.
Oh, thank the Lord, we're finally here. Home sweet home, that's strictly your opinion.
Now, wait until you see the town. You'll love it.
Yeah, about as much as a snake bite. Tell me again why you brought me 2,000 miles to see this?
I told you, I want to investigate the property that was mentioned in Grandpa Bill's will.
What on earth for?
Good place to build a home and raise a family.
Icebox boy, no kids of ours are gonna be raised in the backwoods of nowhere.
We'll discuss it later. Hey, here's Uncle Ned's place.
The house is nice. What's that little shack next to it, an outhouse?
No, it's Uncle Ned's ice house.
His what?
Ice house. In winter, he pulls it on the frozen lake to go fishing. Just drill a hole in the ice, sit back in comfort and fish.
I do not believe what I'm hearing. He puts that building out on the ice and then drills a hole in the ice to... No way am I ever doing that.
We'll see about that. Come on, let's go see Uncle Ned. Uncle Ned, you here?
Come on in. Been expecting you.
Darling, what on earth are you doing?
Taking off my shoes. Take off your boots.
Pardon me?
It's customary to take off your boots when entering a house.
Why? They afraid you're gonna escape?
No, it's just so you don't track in as much dirt, mud, ice, and snow. It's just better to take off your shoes.
Okay, I wouldn't want to be inhospitable.
Julie, this is my Uncle Ned. Ned, this is my wife, Julie.
Well, Missy, you sure are something different, I'll give you that.
I know you don't see too many Texans around here. The way Julie dresses and her accent may stand out a bit. But you'll see, in no time, she's going to fit right in.
I suppose so.
What is wrong with my clothes?
Nothing, honey.
Oh, you just don't get many folks all dolled up in Western outfits like yours.
Not my fault they don't have any sense of fashion in this place.
Well, you kids make yourselves a home. I'll get us something to drink.
That's mighty nice of you, Mr. Ned. I'm as parched as a frog on the desert. Uncle Ned seems a bit quiet. Tell me more about him.
No, not much to tell. Like me, he's got Ojibwe blood. He's lived most of his life in the Falls. He was a logger in his younger years, and then he worked in the paper mill. He's been retired for several years. Dad says he's lost interest since Aunt Grace died. Here, Ned, let me help you with that.
Thank you, boy. Have a seat.
Nice place you have here.
Thanks. So, Mark, you brought your little woman up to show where you were raised, huh?
Well, that, and I want to investigate some property mentioned in Grandpa Bill's will.
What property's that?
The will, it mentioned something about the Icebox property. I don't know what that meant, so I asked my parents about it.
Oh, what did they say?
Well, Dad thought it was tribal land. Mom thought it might be property Grandpa bought and never did anything with.
Oh, it's probably nothing. If it's tribal land, you don't even want to open up that kettle of worms.
Why not?
Because it's probably part of that old rumor. Nothing to it, trust me.
Rumor?
Well, at one time, the state was thinking of taking over management of some of the local tribal property, but some folks thought they had rights to the property and said it had been handed down to them through the tribe. Oh, it's all a bunch of hogwash.
So you're trying to tell me that there's no land at all?
Well, maybe there is, maybe there isn't. Who knows?
Well, it's worth looking into, don't you think? What if Mom's right and the property has nothing to do with tribal land?
Ned, do you mind if I look at the pictures on the mantle while you two have your little powwow?
Oh, go right ahead, Missy. Mark, show Julie around town. Forget all about this property thing.
Nope. I'm looking to settle here, and if there's property, I want to know about it.
Ned, what on earth are you doing in this picture? Looks like you're holding a turkey or something.
That's the Turkey Bowl. That's the year I won the event.
Sugar, what on earth is a turkey bowl?
Your bowling ball is a frozen turkey.
You are joking, right?
No, honey, he's serious. They take frozen turkeys and they use them like bowling balls.
Mercy, you folks are hard up for entertainment. Honey, what's this picture of your daddy? It looks like he's running in the snow.
Oh, that was the year Mark's dad won the Freeze Your Gizzard Blizzard run.
Oh, I remember that. That was the year before we moved.
I don't mean to interrupt y'all's little memory fest here, but pray tell, what is this Gizzard Blizzard run thing?
Oh, it's a 5 and 10K race. It's held during Icebox days in the middle of winter. Hence the name, Freeze Your Gizzard Blizzard Run.
Do you fools enjoy torturing yourselves, or is it just something in the water up here? You go out on a frozen lake to fish. You run in weather that would send a sane man locked indoors by a cozy fireplace. What is wrong with y'all?
No, wait until you experience it. You'll love it.
Oh, darling, you are never getting me up here when it's 40 below outside.
Oh, no different than now. Just put on a few more clothes.
Sugar, it is cold to me now, and Mark tells me this is warm weather. You gotta remember, I come from Texas. We call 90 degrees warm weather, not 50 degrees. We looking for long johns at 50 degrees.
Ah, you western wimps.
No, you'll like Icebox days. Besides the frozen turkey bowl, the gizzard run, we've got ice sculpting, talent contests, and there's a big bonfire at Smoky Bear Park.
Bonfire? Well, that sounds pleasing. Ice sculpting? Like those pictures you were showing me back home. Now that was impressive.
I'm a comin', Grace. Something the Missy likes.
No, don't be so hard on her. She'll come around. She just needs to see the good side of the town.
Well, maybe she'd like to attend the concert at Bacchus tomorrow.
No, who's playing?
Oh, the Boogie Boys. They play old 50s and 60s music.
Oh, what do you think, Julie?
Sounds like a happening thing to do.
Oh, speaking of Bacchus, they still have that old tunnel under the building?
Now, why do you want to know about that?
No, just curious.
Well, it's been bricked up now. County owns the building. Private sources own Bacchus, so for security reasons, they closed it off.
Well, that's too bad.
Oh, don't know if they boarded up the old storeroom or not. I think most people forgot it was there.
Storeroom? Oh, isn't that where they found Howard Travis's body?
Yep.
I think that's his name.
Yep.
Body?
Yes, body. Howard, he was the star quarterback for the Broncos. He was murdered his senior year.
And he was killed in some spooky old tunnel?
Nah, they say he was killed somewhere else and his body stashed there.
Gruesome.
Ned, did they ever find out who murdered him?
Oh, yeah, they arrested Dave Blaney from Virginia. Played for the Blue Devils.
As I recall, they couldn't figure out how the perpetrator got access to the storeroom.
That's right. The door to the storeroom was not a regular door, and you needed a key to get in.
Dave must have had inside help.
Well, back then the sheriff told me they suspected the assistant coach, but they never could prove anything.
Do you think the old storeroom's still there?
I have no idea. Could have cleared it out and boarded it up when they bricked up the tunnel, or might not have known about it, and it's been sitting there all these years. Why? It's open.
Hi, folks. Mark, heard you were coming to town.
Fritz, long time no see.
Yep.
This is my wife, Julie. Julie, this is an old classmate of mine, Fritz. His real name is Fred Fitzgerald, but everybody calls him Fritz.
Glad to make your acquaintance, Mr. Fritz.
I wouldn't say that if you knew him well.
What are you muttering about, old man?
None of your business.
Grumpy as ever.
You ain't changed none either.
Mark, you and I will have to go for a beer sometime. You can tell me all about how you met up with this sweet southern woman of yours.
Yep. Have to see if I can make some time for that.
Why'd you come back to town?
Just showing Julie where I grew up.
Enjoy your visit. I'll be moseying along. Just stopped in to say hi.
Don't know what he's up to, but whatever it is, it's no good.
Y'all saying he's as welcome as a skunk at a lawn party?
That's a good way of putting it, Missy.
What do you say, Julie? The concert tomorrow? Then a little exploring over at Bacchus?
Sugar, as long as it don't involve freezing my gizzard, I'm game.
Julie, come on!
Darling, where are you taking me?
To the basement. I want to check out something.
Oh, no, you're not going to try and find that dang storeroom where they found the body.
Why not?
No. There was a dead body in there.
Come on, sissy. It won't hurt to try.
Mark Perot, you let go of me right now.
Shh, quiet. I don't want to draw attention.
Icebox boy, you have lost your marbles.
Think of it as an adventure.
Yeah, right. Why do I feel like a kitten in a doghouse?
Follow me.
Said the big bad wolf to Miss Riding Hood.
Here's the door to the old tunnel.
See, it's locked. Now come on, let's go.
Give me one of those things out of your hair.
Pardon me.
One of those pin things. You pin your hair up with it?
You mean my hairpin?
Yeah.
Don't tell me you're going to try and pick the lock with my hairpin.
Please.
Oh, here. I don't know who's crazier, you or me.
I got it. Quick, get in.
It's pitch black in here and smells musty. I bet they haven't opened this place in years.
I brought a pen light. I know the storeroom door is here somewhere close.
I don't see anything that looks like a door. Now let's get out of here.
Wait.
What are you doing?
Trying to see if I can find the door. Help me look for the lock.
This is like looking for a needle in a haystack. Forget it.
No, it's not.
Ouch!
What did you do?
I caught my nail on something and it broke.
Oh, let me see. No, not your nail. The place you got it on.
I could have broken my finger and all you care about is looking for that darn old lock.
It's just a fingernail. It's not the end of the world. I found it!
Now what? You don't have a key?
Yes, I do.
Where did you get that?
Out of Aunt Grace's jewelry box. She used to work in the school, and Uncle Ned told me she kept a master key, so I went looking for it.
You sneak.
No harm, no foul.
You are gonna be the death of me. Oh, you scared me with that light.
Would you rather be in the dark?
Amazing, the lights still work.
Yeah,
There's sure are a lot of books in here.
it was a school.
True. What's all this?
It looks like plays and costumes or something.
A pirate's hat. How do I look?
Sexiest pirate I ever saw.
Matey, talk like that'll get you captured.
Tempting prospect, but...
What have you got there?
It's an old box.
Well, what's in it?
Oh, it just looks like some old documents and receipts. Hey! This one has Grandpa's name on it.
Quiet! I hear someone coming to the basement.
Hey, they don't know we're here.
I don't want to take any chances. Now let's vamoose before we're locked in here for the duration.
Oh, all right. Let's go back to Uncle Ned's.
What was this box doing in the storeroom anyway?
Oh, no, Grace. She probably put it there for safekeeping. Dad was always asking her to keep something for him.
Look at this! It's a property deed!
Let me see that.
Couldn't be to the Icebox Property, could it?
Who knows? What I ought to do is go to the courthouse tomorrow and check this out.
Oh, boy, you're just asking for trouble if you do that.
So be it. Gotta know what this is all about.
What a fabulous old building.
Wait till you see the inside. I could tell you some stories about this place.
Really?
Yep, another town building with secrets. See that old tower?
Yes.
Well, there's some tales about that spooky place, too.
Ice houses, underground tunnels, spooky towers, and stories of murder. Town does seem to have a lot of character.
Not as boring as you thought, huh?
Hold on, isn't that your friend Fritz?
Oh, yes.
Mark, Julie, what are you two doing here?
Could ask you the same question.
Just stopped by to see my girlfriend. She works here. How about you?
I'm just showing Julie around town.
Courthouse is a bit boring, unless you like old buildings.
I love seeing fine old architecture.
Yeah. Well, enjoy.
We will.
Mark, how about that game of pool tonight?
No, sorry. I promised Uncle Ned we'd take him out to dinner.
Another time?
Yep.
See ya.
Sure.
Why didn't you tell him why you were really here?
Something about him just doesn't sit right with me.
Darling, you were right. This is a beautiful old building. I may be judging this town a little too harshly.
See, I knew you'd start coming around.
Help you?
Oh, I'd like to look up some information on this old deed.
I swear it was like this town was fixing to know nothing. Talk to this person. Well, I wouldn't know about that. You'll have to go see so-and-so. Then there was that lady that said something about it all being a mistake.
It was frustrating. For the most part, I think they wanted to help. They just didn't know how. I admit that one lady seemed to know more than she was telling.
I tried telling you, let sleeping dogs lie.
Uncle Ned, why won't you talk to me about this? I can more or less understand other people clamming up, but your family.
You're a young whippersnapper just like your old man. Remember Ida May?
Oh, wasn't she an old relative or something?
A cousin. She lives out on Harbor Island. An elder. Knows a lot about tribal lands and real estate around here. Still think you're making a mistake, but you could talk to her.
Give her a call, please. I need to talk to her now.
So, was Ida May any help to you? You sure were talking on the phone a long time.
Yes, a big help. She's certain this land is near her place. She invited us to come over tomorrow and take a look at it.
Well, you look puzzled, boy. What's wrong?
Oh, I don't know. Ida had me repeat the deed number a couple of times, and then she said she was going to check on something, and she'd get back with us tomorrow.
Did you say she lives on an island?
Yeah.
So, how do we get there?
Oh, I'll borrow you my boat.
You'll what?
I'll borrow you my boat.
You don't borrow somebody something, you lend them whatever. You people sure do talk funny. Everything is for to this and for to that. You say borrow you instead of lend you.
This coming from the chick that calls everyone darling and sugar, and you're always fixing to do something.
See, honey, different strokes for different folks. It just all depends on where you're from.
Okay, darlings, you got your point.
Now, speaking of where you're from, how did a Texas girl like you hook up with a guy from Minnesota?
My father's company transferred him from Texas to Oregon to help get the plant there started. That was when Mark was living there. Mom and Dad were only there for 3 years, and then they moved back to Texas, but by that time, I'd fallen in love with Mark, and we'd gotten married.
Oh, surprised you ain't moved to Texas then.
No, not me. It's too hot there.
That's just 'cause you're an icebox boy with ice water in your veins.
Icebox boy.
That's just my nickname for him. He's always talking about how wonderful this place is and that he's proud of being from the icebox of the nation.
True. Ned, tomorrow, are you taking us up to see Ida May's?
Well, you know where our place is, don't you?
I might be able to find it, but I would much rather you come along.
Well, I guess I could do that. Haven't seen the old girl in a while.
I wouldn't want to get lost out on that big lake.
Oh, speaking of my boat, you better change those boots. You ain't getting in my boat with those clodhoppers on.
I will have you know these are the finest boots made in Texas. They are not clodhoppers.
Julie, it's not the footwear for a boat. Put on your sneakers.
All right.
I called Ida May before we left. She'll be expecting us. Said she'd have a bite for us to eat.
Hey, Julie, look there in that tall tree. See the eagle in its nest?
Where? Oh, way over there. I see it. Oh,
taking off.
Wow, look at the wingspan. I've never seen anything like that. He's huge and so graceful.
Would you call that Texas-sized?
Yeah, I would think that would qualify for Texas size.
Well, there's Ida Mae's dock. You got your deed you wanted to show her?
I got it right here in my purse.
Y'all get the line. So, Ida Mae, you believe this property out there, out the window is, the Icebox property mentioned in the will?
I do. Like I was telling you, your grandpa may or may not have held rights to tribal land out by the burial grounds, but it is doubtful. All that land is now deeded to the tribe. Oh, there are stories of land passed down, but most are just that, stories.
Suppose Grandpa would have wanted it that way.
Oh, now this deed property here on this island is not tribal land. I remember when your grandpa got it. He was planning on building a summer place on it, and then your grandmother fell ill, and he just seemed to lose interest.
You started to tell me about a problem with the deed?
Oh, yes. Well, I used to work at the courthouse, so I had a gal I know look up this number.
You did? Why would they help you and not us?
No, that's one of the quirks about the Icebox. It all depends on who you know.
Well, as I was saying, it seems old John Fitzgerald, Fritz's father, filed a lost deed to this property, and it was in the process of being deeded to him.
Well, if he ain't a skunk-smelling jackal.
Told you that no good was up to something rotten.
I double-checked the information on the deed this morning. You've got the original, so you won't have any problem proving in court that you, or should I say your father, is the legal owner of the property.
So we've got to go to court to settle this?
I imagine so. We can talk to old Judge Jethro. He was the one that handled the transfer of property.
Sure is good grub, Ida Mae. I've eaten so much I think I'm going to bust.
Well, I'm glad you like it. Julie, Mark tells me you've never had wild rice before. How did you like it?
It was different. Didn't quite taste like rice to me, but it was very good.
I'm partial to the smoked walleye and the venison brats myself.
I do have a question, though. You folks allergic to spices or something?
Why do you say that?
Everything's so bland. There's no spice of any kind in anything.
Well, of course there is.
Oh, you gotta understand. Where Julie comes from, there's a lot of barbecues and Tex-Mex food. We're talking jalapeno peppers, Cajun spice, and hot sauce. She's used to food with a little heat to it.
We don't crispy fry our taste buds here.
That's obvious.
Well, folks, what do you say we walk over and take a look at that property? It's a nice piece of land.
Oh, I can't wait. Let's go.
I think I'll just sit here on the porch. Wait for you folks.
Sure you don't want to come?
I'm sure.
This shoreline has rock under it.
Is that good?
Oh, yes. It won't get flooded in spring. Some of the shoreline along here turns into a bog that time of year.
This little knoll looks like a great place to build.
Well, you've got a good eye. Nice tree drop in the back and brush over there to give you a windbreak.
Nice view of the lake from here, too.
Icebox boy, you are bound and determined to put down roots here, aren't you?
Yep, I told you it was always my plan.
I gotta admit, it is beautiful, but I don't know about living here. What on earth?
Gunfire! Everybody down!
Is someone shooting at us?
Quiet! Ida Mae, are you okay?
I'm just fine. I see the shooter. It's Fritz up there by Miser's Boulder.
Fritz, I can see you! What the hell are you doing?
Reporting off trespassers. You're on private property.
Put down the gun and we'll talk!
You think I'm stupid?
Keep the gun down. I don't care. Just come out and look at the deed before someone gets hurt.
He moved. I can't see him.
I hear something. Oh, there he is.
Halt right there, Fritz. Put down the gun. Julie, get over by Ida.
That's a girl. You stick by me.
Why'd he take my compact from my purse when he got the deed?
I don't know.
Here's the deed. See? Nice and legal.
You trying to cheat me like your grandpa did my pa?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Fred Fitzgerald, this isn't about that poker game, is it?
What poker game?
That's how your Grandpa Bill came to own this property in the first place. He won it from Fritz's father in a poker game.
He cheated.
He did not. I was there. Your pa was so drunk he didn't know one card from another and was out of money. He thought he had a straight. Bill told him if he thought he had a hand to beat him, to put up his island land. Well, the fool did it and lost.
No poker game is worth losing land over.
Don't raise that gun.
You ain't stealing this land again.
Don't be a fool. You might be able to shoot us, but I'll call 911 before you pull the trigger.
Land isn't worth killing over.
She's right.
What are you doing, Mark?
Calling for help on this cell phone. Do you think that it's worth going to jail, Fritz?
Okay, guns on the ground. Put that thing down. You really called the cops?
Nope, didn't have a phone.
What's that you just stuck in your pocket?
Wife's compact.
Howdy, officer. Nothing to bother the Border Patrol with. We're just having a little discussion.
I heard shots. Whose rifle?
Mine.
Recently fired. What were you shooting at?
He was shooting at us.
Julie!
This true, sir?
It's not like that.
Uh-huh. Okay, folks. You need to come with me.
I was about to give up on you for lost. What took you so long?
You are not gonna believe this one.
Oh, Fritz caused a little trouble, but it's all squared away.
Fritz. He's the one doing the shooting, I heard.
Yep, Border Patrol heard the shot and came to investigate. We had to go to the station.
I tried to call for help, but I couldn't figure out how to use this darn cell phone contraption of yours.
Oh, anyway, we got Fritz to admit he talked his dad into filing a phony deed claim.
And it's all official. The land is yours, nice and legal.
Well, glad it worked out for you. I'll better let your dad know about this.
Oh, I already did. I had to call him and have him fax a copy of the will.
He's surprised?
Oh, yeah, and excited. He says there's room enough for both of us to build a place.
Guess this means you're dead set on building here, huh?
Yep, always my plan.
I reckon you can talk me into spending summer vacations here. After all, August in Fort Worth is no place for an icebox boy.
And Rainy Lake in winter is no place for a Texas gal.
You're right. She's not nearly tough enough.
I take that as a challenge. How cold did you say it gets here in the winter?
See that lake out there, Missy?
Yeah.
6 months from now, the ice will be thick enough to hold 50 ice houses with a pickup for each.
Mark, darling, will this place of ours have a window in it?
Well, of course. Why?
'Cause I need a warm place by a cozy fire to look out at those icebox boys and laugh.
This has been the Icebox Property by Kenna Clayton. Our sound effects director was
Dave
Irwin. Your cast featured
Dave Irwin as a patrolman.
Varian Irwin as Fritz.
Jeff Adams as Uncle Ned.
Harley Droba as Mark.
Ken Schickel as Julie.
Vicki Olson as Ida May. Kenny Clayton, author and clerk.
Kenna Clayton, ladies and gentlemen. Workshop participant. This is her first play. Author.